In a world where people often bend to fit into society's expectations, the Sigma male stands apart, unapologetic in his choices and values. He's not defined by social hierarchies or the need for approval. Instead, he lives on his own terms, confident in his independence and unwilling to explain himself to those who don't understand. This isn't about rebellion for the sake of it, but rather a deep commitment to authenticity and personal growth. A Sigma male doesn't seek validation, and he certainly doesn't waste time justifying his actions. The things he chooses to never apologize for are not acts of defiance, but a reflection of his core belief that he doesn't owe the world an explanation for being true to himself. Whether it's questioning the status quo, walking away from toxic relationships, or redefining success in ways that seem unconventional, he is firm in his path. In this exploration, we uncover the distinct, often misunderstood aspects of a Sigma male's life, things he will never apologize for, and why his unapologetic stance is a testament to his strength and clarity. Let's jump right in. Be sure to stick around until the end for a deeper insight. Number 1. Embracing his own quirks. A Sigma male embraces his quirks without hesitation, knowing that what makes him different is what makes him authentic. Whether it's an unusual hobby, a peculiar habit, or an eccentric way of thinking, he has no desire to hide or downplay who he is. He's fully aware that not everyone will understand or appreciate his unique traits, but that's never his concern. Conforming to other people's expectations or toning down his personality to make others comfortable isn't part of his life plan. These quirks, far from being flaws, are often the source of his strength. They define how he sees the world and how he navigates it. Where some might feel pressure to fit in, a Sigma male thrives by staying true to himself. Whether it's a passion for something offbeat or a habit that others find strange, he embraces it fully, knowing it's a reflection of his individuality. The Sigma male doesn't seek to be accepted by the masses or validated by societal norms. He's comfortable in his skin, quirks and all, and unapologetically celebrates the things that set him apart. Rather than being embarrassed by what others might see as odd, he leans into it, aware that these traits are integral to his sense of identity. The freedom to be himself without feeling the need to conform is one of the Sigma male's most defining characteristics, and he never apologizes for it. Number 2, saying no without explanation. For a Sigma male, the word no is a complete sentence. He doesn't feel the need to explain himself or justify his decisions to others. His boundaries are firm, and he values them as a reflection of his self-respect. If something doesn't align with his goals, energy, or values, he won't hesitate to decline, without the guilt or the need to offer long explanations. This isn't about being dismissive or rude. It's about preserving his time, energy, and mental space for things that truly matter. A Sigma male understands that constantly saying yes to everyone else means saying no to himself, and that's not a sacrifice he's willing to make. Whether it's turning down an invitation, rejecting a favor, or simply refusing to engage in something that drains him, his no is absolute and unapologetic. Unlike many, he doesn't seek validation or approval for his choices. He doesn't care if others are uncomfortable with his refusal or question his motives. He's clear on his priorities and refuses to bend just to avoid awkwardness or potential conflict. A Sigma male knows that not every opportunity, relationship, or obligation is worth his time, and he has the self-assurance to walk away when something doesn't serve him. There's no need for excuses, explanations, or apologies. His boundaries are non-negotiable, and he stands by them confidently. Number 3, outgrowing people. When a Sigma male levels up, people will inevitably get left behind. He won't feel the need to apologize for this, because to him, growth is non-negotiable. If he's evolving, and the people around him aren't keeping pace, he won't hesitate to move on. He values his personal development above maintaining relationships that no longer serve him, and that's not something he feels guilty about. This isn't done out of malice or coldness. It's just how he operates. A Sigma male doesn't cling to the past or hold on to people for sentimental reasons. He knows that holding on to relationships that have become stagnant will only slow him down. He refuses to waste time trying to justify his growth to people who don't understand it or feel threatened by it. If a friendship or relationship isn't adding value to his life, he'll quietly distance himself. For a Sigma male, this isn't about arrogance, it's about survival. He understands that in order to reach the next level, sometimes you have to cut ties with people who can't grow with you. The uncomfortable truth is that not everyone is meant to follow you on your journey, and he's okay with that. His evolution is personal, and he won't offer explanations or apologies for leaving people behind who aren't willing to evolve with him. Number 4. Living without role models. A Sigma male walks his own path and doesn't see the need for role models or mentors. While most people look up to others for guidance or inspiration, he prefers to carve his way through life without following in anyone's footsteps. It's not that he lacks respect for those who have achieved great things. He simply doesn't feel the need to idolize them. His perspective is unique. Role models are often held up as the ideal. But for a Sigma male, there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all approach to success. What worked for someone else might not work for him, and he's fully aware of that. His path is forged through his own experiences, mistakes, and instincts, not by mimicking someone else's journey. He won't apologize for rejecting the idea that he needs to emulate anyone, no matter how much pressure society puts on finding mentors or following established blueprints. To a Sigma, the beauty of life lies in the discovery process, learning from personal wins and losses, not from someone else's playbook. By relying solely on himself, he trusts his ability to figure things out. And while some may see this as arrogance, it's really about independence. He isn't interested in fitting into someone else's mold, and that's something he stands by unapologetically. Number 5, indifference to social hierarchy. A Sigma male operates outside the traditional social hierarchy. He doesn't care about titles, ranks, or any of the labels society uses to define a person's worth. Whether he's speaking with a CEO or a janitor, he treats everyone with the same level of respect. For him, status is irrelevant because it doesn't dictate someone's character or value. He's interested in the person, not their position in a pecking order. This indifference to social hierarchy allows the Sigma male to navigate different environments with ease. He's not intimidated by power, nor does he seek to impress those with influence. Conversely, he's also not dismissive of those deemed beneath him by societal standards. He understands that genuine connection and meaningful interaction come from seeing people for who they are, not what they represent in a superficial hierarchy. When others might adjust their behavior to please those in authority or distance themselves from those with less power, a Sigma male remains consistent. He doesn't apologize for not playing the social game of favoritism or for refusing to give someone special treatment based on status. His values are grounded in authenticity and equality, and he doesn't bend to arbitrary structures. In a world obsessed with climbing the ladder, a Sigma male's indifference to hierarchy is a rare quality. He doesn't chase prestige or approval and never apologizes for treating everyone, regardless of their title, as an equal. Number 6, being direct and blunt. For a Sigma male, honesty is non-negotiable. He doesn't believe in sugarcoating his words or tiptoeing around people's feelings just to keep the peace. When he speaks, he's direct and blunt, saying exactly what he means without dressing it up in polite formalities. This may make some people uncomfortable, but he's not one to water down his thoughts to spare someone's emotions. He values clarity over comfort. The Sigma male's bluntness isn't rooted in a desire to hurt or offend. It's about being truthful and upfront. In a world where people often say what others want to hear, he finds value in giving his honest opinion, even if it stings a little. He believes that truth, no matter how difficult, is ultimately more respectful than hollow niceties or evasive half-truths. He won't apologize for being this way either. A Sigma male knows that honesty fosters trust and growth, even if it creates temporary discomfort. Whether it's giving a straightforward critique, setting boundaries, or addressing a difficult subject, he speaks his mind without hesitation. He isn't swayed by the fear of offending others or losing social approval. While his bluntness may be misunderstood or unwelcome in some circles, the Sigma male stands by his belief that honesty is always the best approach. He refuses to sugarcoat the truth just to make life easier for others, and he certainly doesn't feel the need to apologize for it. Number 7. Pursuing unconventional. A Sigma male isn't interested in walking the traditional path laid out for him by society. The idea of following a preset life plan, go to school, get a 9-to-5 job, climb the corporate ladder, just doesn't appeal to him. He sees life differently and his priorities reflect that. Whether it's starting his own business, pursuing a passion that others see as risky, or choosing a lifestyle that doesn't fit the norm, a Sigma male embraces the unconventional. For him, success isn't defined by a title or paycheck. It's about living a life that's authentic to who he is, even if that means making choices that others don't understand or approve of. He'll reject a comfortable but unfulfilling job without a second thought, or he might walk away from a predictable career to explore something more meaningful. This isn't done out of rebellion, but out of a deep desire to stay true to his own values and interests. He doesn't need the security that comes with following society's script because he trusts his instincts and is confident in his ability to carve his own path. Even when faced with doubt or criticism, he won't apologize for taking an unorthodox approach to life. The Sigma male knows that his journey is his own, and he has no intention of following anyone else's blueprint. He will always choose fulfillment and freedom over conformity, no matter the cost. Number 8. Maintaining mysteriousness. A Sigma male thrives in his own quiet world, where mystery is part of his nature. He doesn't feel the need to share every detail of his life, nor does he rush to explain himself to others. While society often rewards oversharing and constant self-promotion, a Sigma male is content with keeping much of his inner life private. He values his autonomy and prefers to let his actions speak for him rather than his words. This reserved nature isn't about being secretive or aloof, but rather about protecting his personal space and maintaining control over who has access to his thoughts and emotions. The Sigma male knows that not everyone needs to understand him, and he's perfectly fine with being misunderstood or seen as enigmatic. It's not a facade or a deliberate attempt to be mysterious. It's simply who he is. He doesn't seek attention or approval through constant disclosure, and he's comfortable with silence in a world that often demands noise. While others might overshare for validation or to feel connected, a Sigma male holds back, carefully choosing when and with whom to share. His mysteriousness isn't a game, but a reflection of his self-reliance. He will never apologize for keeping parts of himself hidden from public view. For him, maintaining this air of mystery is about self-respect and protecting his energy. It's a quiet confidence that doesn't need constant explanation or approval. Number 9. Detaching from toxic people. A Sigma male has no tolerance for toxic people in his life. He's highly selective about who he spends his time with, and if someone consistently drains his energy or stifles his personal growth, he has no problem cutting ties. Unlike many who might hold onto relationships out of habit, guilt, or social expectations, a Sigma male is quick to recognize when a connection has turned unhealthy, and he won't hesitate to walk away. This detachment isn't done with malice, it's a matter of self-preservation. The Sigma male values his peace, personal development, and independence too much to allow anyone to bring negativity into his world. He doesn't care if it's a friend, a colleague, or even a family member. If the relationship has become toxic, he will prioritize his well-being over maintaining appearances or following tradition. For a Sigma male, loyalty doesn't mean enduring toxic behavior. He knows that some relationships, no matter how long they've lasted, are simply not worth the emotional toll. When faced with manipulative, controlling, or energy-sapping people, he doesn't engage in endless drama or drawn-out explanations. He quietly removes himself, unapologetically. There's no need for closure or confrontation. He values his own mental and emotional space too much to dwell on what's already decided. The Sigma male never feels obligated to justify his decision to leave toxic people behind, and he certainly won't apologize for protecting his peace and prioritizing his growth. Number 10. Being unaffected by gossip. A Sigma male simply doesn't care about gossip, and he certainly won't apologize for it. While most people get caught up in drama or worry about what others are saying behind their back, he sees it as noise, something completely irrelevant to his life. He's not interested in defending himself, clarifying rumors, or trying to sway opinions. For him, what people think is none of his business. Gossip thrives on emotional reactions, but a Sigma male doesn't give that satisfaction. People can talk all they want, but it won't make a difference to him. He understands that engaging with gossip only fuels it, so he chooses not to play the game at all. By staying detached and unbothered, he cuts off the power that rumors might have over him. It's not that he's unaware of what's being said, he just doesn't see it as important. His focus is always on his goals, his growth, and his personal standards, not on the petty judgments of others. The opinions of people who don't know the full story are irrelevant to him. At the end of the day, a Sigma male is accountable to himself, and he won't waste time or energy addressing the chatter around him. Simply put, gossip doesn't deserve his attention, and he's unapologetic about that. Number 11. Avoiding small talk. For a Sigma male, small talk is nothing more than a tedious exercise in social convention. He has little patience for surface-level chatter and prefers conversations that dive deep into thoughts, ideas, and emotions. Engaging in trivial exchanges about the weather or the latest celebrity gossip feels pointless to him. Instead, he seeks discussions that challenge him, stimulate his mind, or foster genuine connection. This preference for meaningful dialogue isn't just a personal quirk. It reflects his desire for authenticity in relationships. He believes that life is too short to waste on mundane topics, and he values his time and energy too much to engage in conversations that feel hollow. When faced with small talk, a Sigma male often opts out or redirects the conversation toward more substantive subjects. He won't apologize for this choice. To him, avoiding small talk is a way to maintain his energy and focus on what truly matters. He understands that not everyone shares his perspective, and that's perfectly fine. While some may view his behavior as rude or standoffish, he knows that fostering real connections often requires a willingness to skip the pleasantries. In a world full of idle chatter, a Sigma male stands out by prioritizing depth and authenticity. He embraces the fact that his conversations may not always be mainstream or socially acceptable, but they are genuine. Ultimately, he chooses to invest his time in interactions that enrich his life, never feeling the need to apologize for steering clear of small talk. Wrapping up, in a world that often pressures individuals to conform and seek approval, the Sigma male stands as a beacon of authenticity. He lives by his own rules, embracing his uniqueness and staying true to his values without seeking validation from others. From rejecting toxic relationships to pursuing unconventional paths, he defines success on his terms, never feeling the need to apologize for his choices. His directness and blunt honesty may make some uncomfortable, but he believes that truth is more valuable than comfort. By treating everyone equally, regardless of status, and maintaining an air of mystery, he creates a life rich in meaning and depth. Boundaries are sacred to him, and he won't hesitate to detach from anyone who drains his energy or hinders his growth. Ultimately, the Sigma male exemplifies a rare combination of confidence and independence, living life unapologetically. He reminds us that true strength lies in being authentic, even if it means standing alone. In embracing who he is and refusing to conform to societal norms, the Sigma male not only carves out his own path, but also inspires others to do the same. His journey is a powerful testament to the beauty of self-acceptance and the importance of living life on one's own terms. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.